Yes.
Ryan Clark said, listen, you don't have conversations about what black women go through. You've dedicated your life to not one, but two snow bunnies. I'm going to call him RG2. I'll call him RG3 when he get divorced and get a third snow bunny. So he's RG2. Two snow bunnies, RG2, right?
Yeah.
And then you got her in the background showing the world how proud I am to be married to this white woman. See that? First of all, you know my position.
Yeah.
Black men who date and marry white women wish they were white themselves. Let's just keep it a buck. You're talking about a group of people who have historically and systemically devalued, dehumanized, and destroyed African life and culture, and you want to marry one of them. To marry a Caucasian is to play for their team and fight for their army. To marry a Caucasian is to play for their team and fight for their army. And then RG3 like a coward. Like a coward. He comes back at Ryan Clark and he says, you hit below the belt when you brought my family in this. Loon. He didn't bring his family in it.
Right.
He said you married two white women.
Just say your decisions.
Your decision.
Informed.
He talked about your decision.
By something. Yeah.
Who don't know you got two snow bunnies? Ryan Clark ain't talking about your wife. He didn't say one bad thing about your wife. He said nothing bad about your beautiful children. He said you chose to marry two white women. But look at the double standard and the hypocrisy. You just disrespected a 23-year-old girl, Angel Reese. You talked about her like a dog.
Right.
Told her she hates this little white girl.
Yeah.
Disrespected her, insulted her, mocked her. This is what you did, RG3. And because he reminded you that you go home to a white woman, he's wrong. Look at this. Ryan Clark is wrong for reminding me I married two white women. But I'm not wrong for disrespecting Angel Reese on the internet.
Do you think that him saying you went too far bringing my family in is him signaling to ESPN?
Of course, because he said ESPN. He said this is not a good look for ESPN.
See, he said, y'all see me, master, standing up for white folks now.
He is a house Negro. And don't get me wrong. Back when he played for the the Redskins, I believe it was, Mike Shanahan, I believe, unfairly cut RG3's career short when he made him go out there and play while he was injured. I don't know if you remember that.
I think
he was not fully recovered, right? Because he was a damn good quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
Could have been one of the best. Mike Shanahan made RG3 get out there and play before he was fully healed, and that stopped him from fully becoming what he should have been. I think it was wrong. So the brother's career was cut short by racism.
Right.
Because they would have never done that to a white quarterback.
Why would he not say, I'm not going out till I'm healed? Like the white man can make you go out knowing that you're not healed.
Depends on the politics of that situation.
You don't think so?
I wouldn't have done
Antonio Brown took his shirt off and said, I'm out of here.
Right. But
at some point,
to your point, it comes back to whether or not you're willing to compromise your black masculinity.
Yeah, that's the thing.
A big conversation that we as black men need to have with each other without our women around is, when are we going to start compromising our black masculinity for money? When are we going to stop compromising our black masculinity to get access to Snow Bunny coochie? When are we going to stop compromising our black masculinity to get jobs? When are we going to stop compromising our black masculinity to access privileged white spaces? You feel me?
Right.
Because black men, unlike any other men in this country, and I understand why, because we're more under attack, we compromise our masculinity too much. Too much. And for RG3 to sit up there and say this is a bad look for ESPN.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing that man's job into this?
That's crazy.
His podcast, your podcast. Right. Your private podcast, his private podcast, and you're going to bring his job in it. So you saying because he reminded you married two white women, he's supposed to lose his job? But it was okay for you to disrespect Angel Reese. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
Don't even mention a white woman.
Right.
Don't even mention a white woman. You should be fired. But it's okay for me to perfectly disrespect this young kid, this young 23-year-old sister who's been disrespected enough. And I'm going to add on top of it to prove to my wife and her family that you can trust me anytime against my own people. Mm-hmm. And then people said, well, Ryan Clark has no business talking because he has a baby by a snow bunny. And this is what I'll say to that. I don't know him personally, and I don't know his background well. But from what I've seen, Ryan Clark is one of the more racially conscious sports commentators we have.
Yes.
Stephen A goes back and forth. Sometimes Stephen A stand hard.
Yes.
And other times he will coon out.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So I believe that when Ryan Clark made that beautiful child, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was not, politically speaking, who he is now. I believe he had to evolve.
Yes.
And as I've said before, and I don't know if you and I had this conversation, but as I've said before, if a black man commits an offense against the race, such as bunny hopping, but you learn from it, and you self-correct, and you promise to never go back that way, right? I don't have a problem with you coming back into the race. From what I can see, and only Ryan Clark can clarify, but from what I can see, it appears that that child, that beautiful child that he made with that Caucasian woman, was made a long time ago. And since that time, Ryan Clark has grown into a socially conscious and politically loyal black man. And if that is the case, if he is completely healed from the Snow Bunny crisis, he has a right to speak on it, because Ryan Clark's wife ain't white, RG3, she black.
Right. Yeah, and then it's true. Hey, check these cameras too, sir. Make sure they're still going. Also, I want to talk about this because there's a growing concern with me that I'm noticing, like, because now I have a community, right, with this podcast and all of this. So sometimes I go in there and I speak with the community. I went in there and there's this constant conversation about interracial dating. And it's, as you know, it gets a lot of traction online. People are interested in why is it divided or why is it so inclusive?